What's up guys, this is ElvisLifts and welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna try something different. We're gonna do a reaction video. I haven't really done those and this will be the first reaction video on this channel, and I found it a really cool video that I wanted to look at, and I've decided why not film my reaction as well and just talk about it, just give my insight, give my thoughts about it, what do I think about all this stuff and so on. So the video title is He Added Tren and Then This Happened, and the video is from Derek from More Plates More Dates, very known channel. Most likely you guys already know who he is. Derek is a really cool guy, awesome YouTuber. I love his videos. I have watched a lot of his videos, but I haven't seen this particular one. So we're gonna check this one out, and it's gonna be pretty interesting, I think, because the title says it all. So let's get into the reaction.
Okay, let's get into the after pic. See how bad this is. Ooh, my fucking goodness, dude.
Why blurry,
That
man?
is, we've definitely seen worse on the channel for sure, but that is, you know, a fucking landfield. Or what is it? A minefield? A fucking landmine field? I don't know what I'm even trying to call it here,
It's
but
landfill,
this is, it's like playing fucking Minesweeper, bro.
The disclaimers though. Minesweeper.
What's up, guys? It's been a while since we've done one of these. We have
the intro was
My
different.
Tren Horror Story, Part 1 and 2. What's
This
up,
is
boys?
gonna be
I haven't
good.
seen one of these in a while, so I thought I'd post my own. Part 1 is the story. Part 2 is the pick. Are you unable to post? Oh my god, this is funny.
This is already
I just
hilarious.
noticed the online thing has changed on the subreddit. 73,200.
That's a lot of
wow.
people.
That's quite a bit of people now.
Right.
Following the ancestral descendants, and 629 are eating liver. That's fucking awesome, dude. All right, so part 1 of 2. I don't know why there's 2 parts, and you couldn't just put the pictures in this one, but anyway. So basically, I was doing shows in 2021. I'm 21 years old, done some shit before, your basic test, D-ball, whatever. I don't know why I found that funny. So show
That's
one
actually
comes along,
funny
it's the
because
regional.
it's,
I bang
people
out
think
test
like it's
NPP
nothing
and
or
go on to the
whatever.
show for 8 weeks. 400 tests, 300 NPP. Then I switch over, 400 tests, 40 VAR, 400 mast for 8 weeks. Show week, I upped the mast to 600 and threw Winnie in. Ended up getting 2nd place, pro qualify. This
Damn,
show
that's
was
a lot
August
of
14th.
stuff.
So here's where the horror.
But I guess
stats,
if you go for pro,
I don't.
that's what you
enough
have to
time
do,
between
right?
The show to cycle off because the pro qualifier is December 4th. So I dropped down to 250 tests and run that till October. In October, I throw in 400 mast again. In the very beginning of October, 140. Very middle of October, 140.
all right, let me drop some insight here. I mean, for me, this is I'm not super knowledgeable about gear and everything that goes around with it, but as far as I can tell, that's a lot of stuff, you know. I know the testosterone, obviously, the war. I know all the jokes, like there is the never give up and on our give up and test your limits and deball your what. I don't remember the correct joke, but I know there is like Anawar give up and all, like the names of the gears, and there is the joke, and I mean that seems like a lot of stuff, but I mean if you're going, he said he's ended up getting 2nd place and he qualified for the pro show, and that is very impressive, and obviously you have to do what you have to do if you want to actually be in bodybuilding. It's obviously the sport where you can't really escape from this, and especially if you want to have it at the professional level, I don't think you can really do much about it. There is obviously the natural shows and everything, but even in those you can still work your way around it and still be enhanced, you know. So as far as I can tell, even in the natural shows, from reading stuff and so on, I can still see that people are still using stuff, even if it's a natural show supposedly, because you can still work your way around it, and if you know what you're doing, if you know when they're gonna test you and so on, you can still work your way around it. So it is what it is. But and this is the big problem with gear in general, at least in my opinion, is these stories, crazy stories, because you don't hear it from like popular influencers or whatever and whatnot, because they have this like perfect lifestyle, and you don't see the dark side of things. You don't see the damage of health, all the side effects, because they are very lucky maybe, or they have very good regimen, maybe they are going to doctor appointments, whatever. They are very careful with all this stuff, and they are very knowledgeable, so maybe they can avoid all the problems that goes with it. But these are like more, so to speak, regular people, and you can see how dangerous the stuff actually is. Not speaking about the financial damage that can it cause you, because I know this stuff is very expensive, but obviously if you have the money, then it's no problem. But still, you know, it is what it is, you know, and it's pretty scary to look at stuff like this, like horror story, you know. And yeah, let's continue with the video. But yeah,
40 milligrams a week of Tren Ace. Now keep in mind, by most standards, 140 milligrams of Tren Ace is low. This is a men's physique show. I'm just trying to knock out catabolic.
So men's physique.
This is like like this guy is very new to shit. So, you know, you can understand how it would be, I don't know, like it's a bit aggressive for, you know, using a lot of this shit off the bat. But again, he's competing in shows, and he is clearly, I feel like relatively educated by the approach he's taking. Like he's just trying to avoid catabolism. He's trying to get like the minor recomp effect. He's not going overboard with it. It's just a men's physique show. Like 140 milligrams of Tren Ace is more useful on top of what he's already using than most people would otherwise think by the, you know, bro forums back in the day that told us a minimum of 400 is needed to do fucking anything, you know?
So what Derek is basically saying that it is relatively low dosage, and people, I think, are overestimating the importance of taking as much as possible to have the best results. And that is most likely because people just want quick results. It always has been like that. If you're natural or not or whatever, people always want as fast results as possible. This is just human nature, and that's why people take higher dosages and so on. The same goes even for creatine. Like I remember back in the days when I started out the creatine, right? I was quite young then, like it was 10 years ago or whatever. And it was one of the first times I took creatine, right? I was pretty new to training, new to supplements and stuff like that. So it was the first time. And we did the loading phase where we took 20 grams of creatine for a week, but I remember we even extended that period for 2 weeks or whatever, because people told me so. Extend the time, it will make you get the gains faster and so on. So it's always been that mindset, fast. But what I always think about training and everything, it's a long-term journey, and that's why I always say to people, you have to enjoy it. And the same is for the results. You have to kind of realize that they're gonna be slow, and you have to earn them very slowly. But that's why it's very important to enjoy the process, because if you do, you will not look at the end result. You will enjoy the process, and when the result comes, then it comes and it's good, obviously. But you don't need to kind of rush for it, right? And that's what I would say, you know.
Maybe to go fucking
that's
insane.
The problem.
400 is the minimum, but sure. So it's a men's physique show. Just trying to not go catabolic. Some of you guys will probably call me dumb for going so low, but I like my brain beta amyloid plaque free. Anyway,
I'm not sure what that is.
I start getting
Beta
chest dips.
amyloid free.
Like there's no tomorrow.
No idea.
Prescription: benzoyl peroxide and clindamycin cream. Moisturizer: nothing works. Show comes and goes. 6th place, and the acne still there, getting worse when I pull the Tren. Mass comes out, I drop the test to 150. So again, the acne is still raging like a bat out of hell. When you are fluctuating in hormones, that is often where the acne breakouts are the worst. Like even when I took Accutane, I'm very, very transparent about that drug was a very, like a night and day difference for my skin. I used to get pretty bad acne too. This is even pre-hormone exposure. And then you can imagine with hormone exposure, it made things just fucking dramatically worse. And with Accutane, I literally have not had a pimple since. Now again, this is a very, very intense drug, so I wouldn't recommend haphazardly jumping on it. It's very liver toxic, and it also may have
I heard of this Accutane, and what I know about it, that it is very powerful, as Derek says, and I guess it boils down to the same thing. People just want to have a quick result, so they the pause though, they don't really want to try out like lesser methods which may not be as effective, but they won't have the side effects, because the Accutane is an oral drug, and oral drugs usually have stress on your liver, and you have to really think about, do I need to stress my liver because I will be taking this stuff? Maybe I should try some creams, or maybe I should wash my face more, or maybe think about some other things before I jump into this extreme and strong potent drug. So people are very quick to jump in all this stuff, but you have to really think about this, guys.
Interesting, like weird post effects similar to finasteride for like the very small minority of individuals. But
I'm not exactly sure what the finasteride is, but I think it's something about the hair. I know Derek has mentioned that in some of his videos.
That does have some interesting permanent aspects that could be detrimental to some people's quality of life. In addition, permanent reduction in skin oiliness. My skin is perpetually dry now on my face.
That's interesting.
Using it. Now, obviously, that helps me not get acne, but ultimately
that could be helpful for a lot of people.
Consequences to it at a permanent level that you need to be considerate of before you use a drug that's nuclear. So anyways, he started using, something more.
So that is a really interesting point. So it may be very helpful for some people, while it can be very, very bad for others. So you really have to consult a doctor if you don't know what you're doing. Things like this is usually something that you don't think on your own. You have to really like sit down and evaluate what you should do next, and these things should be taken very seriously, in my opinion. So he's only 21 years old. He's a lot younger than me, and he already has these problems. And you don't know what's gonna happen next in his life, what's gonna future hold for him if he continues on this path. Bodybuilding is a brutal sport. It takes such a toll on your health. You're also leaning out to such a body fat percentage that it's actually, it's very unhealthy sport, let's be real here. Especially the last couple days when you're preparing for show, when you're drying out, losing the water. You're actually not drinking water. Like, how is that healthy, not drinking water? Humans are supposed to drink water, so it just goes against everything that you should do. And the body fat, like let's say the belly, right? Everybody hates the belly or whatever. The belly is actually there because it has a reason to be there. It's your reserves, it's your fat, and the fat is very important for a bunch of things. And not having any fat lingering on your body, that's not how it's supposed to be, guys.
Reasonable.
And also, if you're natural, if you don't take anything, having low body percent can like have your testosterone wrecked. So basically, if you have very low body fat percentage, you can feel very, very bad, and you can actually be below what your natural testosterone level is, and you can cause a huge problem for your health. So be very careful, guys.
The bat, but it doesn't work, and acne's still there and getting worse when he pulls the Tren. Mask comes out, he drops test at 150, gets blood work, and is DHT, E2, SHBG free, total T are all in range. Fucking all of it. Somehow this acne is still raging like a bat out of hell. Hop on doxycycline because it's so cystic and bleeding everywhere, which gets rid of the cyst, but the acne is still coming.
Doxycycline, because I'm not sure what that is. It's like another drug, most likely something like Accutane, I suppose, but don't want to speak on it if I'm not sure, but I guess so. Hop on basically means start staking. Somehow this acne is still raging like a bat out of hell. So basically he adds another drug. So the problem here is he's taking a bunch of like gear already, right? And he's adding another like drugs just to counter the ones he's taking. Basically he's trying to resolve issues from the drugs with another drugs. So it's just a bunch of chemicals going into your body, and you have to really think about, is this really even necessary, right? But obviously if he wants to do bodybuilding, then there's really no other way around it. But I just want to say, you guys, just think about it, and yeah.
Pull everything out of my diet and see if it makes a difference. I'm at a point where it's just chicken breast and fruits. It makes no fucking difference. I tried changing the sheets, detergent, soap, everything hypoallergenic, and 4 showers a day to no avail. So
4
I finally
showers
get into
a day.
a derm yesterday, and I'm on Accutane now. No regrets. They're letting me stay on
4
TRT.
showers a
Keep you
day.
guys posted with how it goes. For pics, peep the next post. All right, let's see the breakdown in the comment section first. Unfortunately,
The comments
after
are
seeing
gonna
your
be
pics,
good.
it's going to take a while to clear up, like probably 6 months on a decent dose of Accutane.
Whoa.
Good thing you're on that
Half
now,
a
though.
year.
Just make sure to buy plenty of Vaseline chapstick. Those are the best for dry lips, trust me. Super weird how that low dose of a Tren caused that to happen. Yeah, like progestogenic compounds can be quite unpredictable on their actions because, again, they have interplay that is above and beyond just their interaction with the androgen receptor. They interact with progesterone receptor. They interact with estrogen receptors in their own way in some contexts. And they are quite unpredictable sometimes in what's going to happen. Now, again, it's a reasonable, like, low dose of Tren, but he's on a bunch of other shit too, and it can throw things out of whack and put hormones into circulation that otherwise would have been bound to the androgen receptor, and a lot of satellite interactions can occur you otherwise wouldn't have been expecting. And again, ultimately, you're using like a synthetic fucking cattle drug right now, and it is progestogenic. So trying to predict what's going to happen, it's one of the more volatile ones for sure. Like there are different, breaking point compounds for certain individuals. Some people get fucked up on just test. Some people, they are like hyper aromatizers. Some people,
everybody's
they use Nandrolone.
different.
They get like fucking severely depressed.
That's the thing, everybody's different. So genetics play a huge role in just training in general, how you respond, how your muscle grow, how strong you can be, and also how you react to bunch of different type of drugs. Everybody's different, so you can't really just read something. If you decide to do something, you can't just follow a person's protocol, or he wrote down this, you should do this and this and that, and you follow that. But he's completely different person. You don't know how tall is he, how much he weighs. It plays such a huge role, so you always have to think for yourself. You can obviously ask for advice from people who are very knowledgeable, like Derek, for example, but in the end, it's you, and you are still an individual person, and your reaction can be completely different from his, so you can do the best you can, collect all the knowledge you can, and then just see for yourself what's gonna happen, because you never know. Everybody's different.
And again,
that is very
usually
important.
A combination of compounds that can dictate your response to it, because with the absence or different dosage of the other complementary compounds or your base could completely change your response to the progestogen. It all depends.
That's
ultimately,
crazy.
This guy getting it that aggressively when you're not on Accutane or something, like it can be very hard to control through natural interventions, unfortunately. And again, it's just one of the risks you take when you go down the anabolics route. Let's see. No worries about the 6 months though. It's the off season. Only
take
downside
risks,
you
man.
can't cycle
Exactly.
stuff on Accutane. You can, there's no orals. Yeah, like Lam K97 said it. You should be fine as long as you're not running a bunch of harsh orals, like since Accutane can be hard on the liver as well. Currently on a test DecaCycle and running 10
That's what exactly I was talking about. That Accutane can be hard on the liver as well, and that's the problem. You're taking stuff which already is hard on your liver, and you have to add even more stuff. So this is extremely healthy in my opinion. And if you think about longevity, I mean, yeah.
grams every other day of Accutane just as a preventative measure for acne. See, with Accutane, it's kind of interesting because it's like, I know individuals like Vigorous Steve who used to microdose Accutane to not be as stressful on the liver, but I don't know if I've seen like evidence of individuals like completely nuking their acne permanently with low dose Accutane. Like it's seemingly, from anecdotal experience, it seems like the people who use low dose Accutane, they prevent the acne on cycle, but then each cycle subsequent to that, they have to keep using the low dose Accutane, whereas individuals who just ran like a full course of the full dose of Accutane.
So the first option is so bad because you have to keep running, and it, first of all, it's again expensive. It takes stress on your liver. You don't know the long-term effects of it. Yes, you can see the short-term effects, all the sides, but you don't know what's going to happen long-term, and that is also very important. And people don't think about long-term, 5-10 years from now on. and you should think about that as well. So keep in
end up with
mind,
that
at
permanent
least keep in
reduction
mind.
of sebum production and whatnot, and you end up in a situation where you have you're like literally incapable of getting acne again. And obviously that could have, you know, deleterious effects in other aspects of the body, but ultimately you have that significant permanent reduction from that full course at the full dose. You know, most people, I don't know about most people, but at least personally and anecdotally from what I've heard, the people that had the most long-term success are the individuals who did like one proper course versus the individuals that had like low-grade liver stress for
Take notes, guys.
years on end because they're always
If
on a low
this
dose
is
of
something
Accutane to
that
tolerate
is,
the current anabolic, you know,
relevant
cycle that
to-
they're on. So I'm not
because
necessarily
this
saying
is
you do
very
one or
good
the other. I'm just saying
information.
anecdotally, that's what I've seen personally. It's crazy how it affects everyone differently. A friend of mine did 300 Tren, 500 Tessie, and Anavard. Guy's done probably 6 to 7 cycles of all of that and never got a single pimple, no hair thinning or anything. To think you're the guy running
Exactly.
around calling
Everybody's
florists
different.
poets, and whoever disagrees with you pussies, and then getting to read your 21 and already blasting thinking you'd be a super soldier or whatever, made my day. Still, hope your acne clears. You can achieve goals in bodybuilding, but yeah, I enjoy the no idea what that is right now. What the fuck? I have
That
no
is
idea.
a German word.
I never said
I
I'd be a
think so.
super soldier. I said I'd take an army of trend up goofs over florists and poets, as I think most would. Calling people who disagree with me pussies is just a hobby. Okay, I guess this must be about something totally different. Okay, so let's get into part 2.
I wanna
It
see the
shows
pictures.
Here is 10
Exactly.
days after starting Tren. Damn, yeah, so you can already see
Oh, he's gonna
the
zoom in.
chestney coming in. You've got this fucking scab over here, and you've got some, like, this is low res imagery too, so you can just imagine, you know, what's to come if this is like not bad yet. Let's see. Wow, that's bad, dude. Able to give some backstory. Did you cycle off or in October? Do you blast and cruise? What? And what was your protocol, etc.? Okay, let's get into the after pic. See how bad this is.
Oh,
My fucking goodness, dude. That is, we've definitely seen worse on the
What
channel for
the
sure, but that
hell,
is,
man?
you know, a fucking landfield. Or what is it? A minefield? A fucking landmine field? I don't know what I'm even trying to call it here.
damn.
But this is, it's like playing fucking Minesweeper, bro. All right, so, you know, we've definitely seen worse.
That's crazy, man. And I know people that actually have this by just living their life normally, doing nothing special. They have like insane acne or whatever. But this person chose this basically path. Obviously, he didn't know that if he took something specific that it's gonna happen to him. But you take the risk, and sometimes it doesn't pay off. And this is one of those times, man. That's
It is,
crazy.
pretty rough. Let's see, there's the chestney. No matter where.
Can you even like heal from this? Like, I think it's gonna stick with you,
Life,
right?
something, find me with a something.
It's
All right.
so much,
Let's see, more pics.
man.
This is,
It
pretty
looks great,
clean before, dude. Looks like a,
very clean,
almost like Antoine
amazing
Vaillant,
physique,
young.
very
Looks
good.
like a bit of an older version of like 16-year-old Antoine Vaillant. Before
I know
Tren,
him,
post-show.
bodybuilder, and I remember watching his video where he did the backflips and like kickboxing kicks and stuff. He was very athletic, awesome bodybuilder. He was one of like first ones. I watched his motivational video. I remember still that, and yeah, I know he's still doing everything. So yeah, cool guy.
I guess I missed the fucking caption. So this was 10 days after starting Tren, post-show.
So 10 days in, and that's already happening to him. So he can actually quit. But I guess he decided to continue even though he saw what's happening to him.
January, post-show January, and then before Tren show 1 with the clean,
And look how he looked. He looked really, really good, man.
the fucking clean skin, bro. Damn, rough, bro, rough. Basically, I was off everything for a while. October 2020, April 2021.
This is real.
Went on show cycle 1 in April 21. Came off.
Sorry, I know people also post fake stuff on Reddit if there isn't really a pictures or proof. Don't always believe what you saw. I know there's sometimes like crazy stories and they're just bunch of BS. So this you know is real because of the pictures. So this is
Off
real.
August 14th, cruise at 250. I
And
know
this is something you can learn from. Learn from
August
other
14th
people's
till October.
mistakes, you know.
Every 3.5 days. You know, orals were ED. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Tren for prep 2 was, he pinned every day because he wanted super stable bloods. And he still had that breakout. Because again, the fluctuation of hormones is what causes the worst breakouts in general, above and beyond the actual like signaling of the hormone itself. So some people that do get acne with like, you know, pinning Monday, Thursday, may find relief, as well as even like gyno relief in some cases, by switching to everyday administrations, keeping your blood serum concentrations more stable rather than big.
That's interesting, but I think I heard him talk about this, like, but on the other side, isn't it a lot more difficult to do it every day? Isn't it annoyance, you know? But I guess if it's your job, if you want to be a professional bodybuilder, then I guess it's okay. But maybe for a casual like a person, it would be annoying to do it every day, especially if you have like bunch of stuff. I mean, how does that even work, you know?
Peaks and dips, because that is where you get the worst breakouts, is the dramatic ups and downs. And that's why during PCT, some people get the worst breakouts, despite the fact that you're not on anything anymore. Well, you're on PCT drugs, but still. Anyways, just a bunch of stuff about, you know, the cycle. Yeah, so anyways, I predict that he, you know, might have some, you know, scarring to some extent, but it'll likely blur over and it won't be that bad. We've definitely seen worse with like fucking craters on the channel before. I think he'll probably end up.
The crazy thing, I haven't seen those videos where he says he has seen worse cases. So that's crazy, man. Can you get worse than this?
For getting through the Accutane, be all right. Again, though,
because he did say they bleed and stuff.
Depends, because if he just does this low grade dose, like I don't know if that's going to like if he does a low dose for like every cycle, I don't know if he's just gonna be perpetually on it essentially, or if he just does a full blast and gets rid of it. I guess maybe he can post an update in the future and we'll see. But again, this is a very realistic risk of this shit. And you have to be mindful that this is a very like a potential possibility that you may end up with a back that looks like fucking a chest that looks like that and a back that looks like this pretty quickly after starting this stuff if you are
at least for me, watching a video like this definitely makes me feel not to try anything at all ever, just because just look at that back. I mean, that's insane, man. That's insane.
Oh, so it's not, you know, there's the hair loss, there's the actual like cardiac effects, there's the neurological effects, liver stress, kidney damage, high blood pressure. All this shit needs to be.
And yeah, I already had high blood pressure when I was heavy. Now it's improved a lot when I cut down the weight, but my blood pressure is still not perfect. So he's saying that it increases blood pressure, which I already knew, because even like stuff like caffeine increases it. And I do drink coffee and use pre-workout supplements once in a while, because I also have the job where I don't get the quality sleep that I need. And to throw things on top of all this, I mean, that's a health risk, a huge health risk.
To literally disfiguring your back to where you don't even want to take your shirt off even though you're yoked.
Right,
that could happen.
right.
And you may end up on more drugs to control the acne. So you got to be mindful of the shit. It is a risk when you use this stuff, and you have to be mindful of the potential consequences. So that is the Tren horror story of the day. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Like, subscribe, check out my blog. MorePlatesMoreDates.com. Follow me on Instagram at MorePlatesMoreDates, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below, my preventative medicine and hormone replacement therapy platform, where you get connected with medical providers who are representing the same quality of information I try to put out on my channel, and stay up to date with the most recent literature and the newest developments in pharmacology and whatnot. And you can get self-service labs there too if you just want to get your own blood work assessed for your own diagnostic purposes. And then from there, if you want to get connected to a medical professional who will then interpret those and educate you and design a protocol if warranted, or just give you advisement on lifestyle interventions, dietary manipulations, etc. that may be warranted, supplementation, etc.
What can I say? Derek is really good at speaking, and if we look at his first video and how he's doing now, he has gone a long way, man. And that's what I want to do as well. And there's so much knowledge you can learn from videos like this. Just some good education, and also you can see the reality of these things. This is not this is happening to normal people, so you have to be really careful and really think this through if you really want to do something. All right, let's finish the video.
We do it all.
Couple seconds left.
Check it out in the video description below as well. Gorilla Mind, nootropic formulas, Gorilla Mode, pre-workout formulas. I designed myself from scratch.
I most likely will try his supplements someday.
Diet model for gaining muscle and sports.
Most likely the shipping will take a long while to get here, but I should support Derek and get few of his subs one day when I have some spare money.
Clothing company that sponsors me, anything else I'm associated with, hair loss prevention stuff, it's all down there. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you
soon. So yeah, that was the video. I think definitely you can learn a lot from it, and I mean, just looking at that, it's actually quite sad that you saw how he looked before. He looked great, man, like great. And just one like mistake he did, which wasn't even like a mistake, he didn't knew this was gonna happen to him. But the problem is, you know the risk, but you still do it anyway. And that's the mindset of people who want to be champions, who want to be successful. There was this thing about participants of Olympics basically, and they get asked, if you would take a pill and it has 50% chance of you dying in the next 5 years, but you would win, would you take the risk? And most of the people said yes. And that's the kind of mindset they had, the dedication. The same with the bodybuilding competitions. They get so into it, they will do almost whatever it takes to get to these goals that they have. And sometimes stuff like this happens, and then you have to just fight to get back where you were, you know. And his skin may never recover from stuff like this, and that's just sad, you know. And but most likely this reaction doesn't happen too often, but it is still crazy. And I love videos like this. And so if you guys want to see me reacting more videos like this, maybe some other YouTube channels, maybe some other video from Derek, I will obviously leave his original video link in the description down below as well. And let me know in the comments what type of video would you like to see me react to next, guys. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed my first reaction video and my insights. Let me know if I should stop the video less or more, or put more insight into it. Let me know what you think about my reaction, so I know what should I adjust, and what should I change and what not change, what's good and what's bad. So that's the thing. So alright, thank you guys for watching this video, and I see you guys in the next one.